So I got involved in MatExp when earlier on this year. The MindNBody project is something that I'm particularly interested in. So I had postnatal depression when I had my son 2.5 years ago now. And for me, I'd never had any mental illness before. I had no real understanding of mental illness, or particularly perinatal mental illness, or how prevalent it was. And I just felt it really difficult to accept help, really difficult to seek that help out. And I felt that if I'd had a better awareness that the stigma hadn't been there, that I would have sought help earlier and certainly wouldn't have become as unwell as I did. I spent a lot of time just pretending I was fine when I wasn't, telling everyone I was fine, putting on a smile, smiling pictures on Facebook. They were all there. I'd go to baby groups. No one would have had any idea how unwell I was. And so I wrote a poem for the MindNBody campaign, and it's a 2-part poem. So the first part's written by me, and it's just gives my experience of my first appointment, going to a psychology appointment, having had no previous experience of these services, and how I felt really. So it's called I'm Fine. The corridor stretches ahead, an endless abyss swallowing me up. My hands tremble, gripping onto the pushchair as if I may get swept away by life's current at any minute. My feet feel like concrete as I take each step towards the closed door and what might lie behind it. I sit down in the room, and she's kind. I know she wants to help me. I want to open up to her, but I can't. My brain is in a deep fog, and I can't make sense of how I feel. The pain is that intense, I'm sure it's going to spill out and drown me. Part of me wishes it would. She asks me how I am. I put on my mask, plaster on a smile, and tell her I'm fine. Inside, I'm screaming, please help me. My mind is conspiring against me. I'm not fine.
Hi, I'm Kirstie. I'm a clinical psychologist working in perinatal mental health services. I first found out about Whose Shoes when I went to a maternity event that they ran in my local hospital, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Real buzz in the room, lots of energy, and lots of people coming together who wouldn't normally be talking in the way that they were. We had a brilliant graphic artist who brought the whole day to life as well. On the back of that, I also work for NHS England, and we got involved in working with Jill Phillips and her team in thinking about developing a set of cards for Whose Shoes that would be around perinatal mental health rather than maternity specifically. So I've been involved in working with Jill and people around the country in developing some of these cards. For those of you who haven't played the game, it involves playing a board game with cards to do with different scenarios, different thoughts people from perspectives of patients, from health professionals, porters who might have observed something, that kind of thing. And it also involves some poetry. And so I was asked to write a paired poem with Leanne, who you can find on yesterday's advent calendar. She's written part 1 to this poem, and this is part 2. And like hers, this is my response to our first session together. So I will read that to you. So mine's called I'm Fine, part 2. She enters the room slowly, the air coalescing around each reluctant foot like treacle. Her pain is a living thing in the room, cloaking her. She's hard to see. I move slowly, keeping my voice low and gentle, trying not to threaten, not to startle, but I don't think she sees me. I think she sees a beast from the east, a witch from the west, someone to take her baby, to tell her I know best. I ask her how she is. I'm fine, she whispers, her voice a thin reed of sound drowned out by my own internal shout. She's not fine.